All right, in today's video, we're gonna be taking a look at my AGT H12. It's a 1-ton Chinese mini excavator. Let's get to it. This AGT H12, it's a 1-ton Chinese mini excavator. I won it in an auction about an hour away last fall in August.
Dating. Holy crap, I bought it.
Thought it was a relatively fair deal. It's kind of what they go for normally. So I loaded up the truck and trailer, drove an hour away, strapped it down and brought it home. Getting on and off the trailer wasn't too bad. I saw some kind of nightmare videos of guys tipping these things over, getting them on and off the trailer. Thankfully, that was not the case for me. This is the first excavator I've ever operated, so you're not going to see any expert level operation in this video. This is definitely from a novice perspective, this review. But after I brought this thing home and got it loaded off the trailer, the first thing I did was on the driveway, I just kind of brought over a log and I tested picking up a log, spinning around, dropping it, picking it up, and just kind of got familiar with the controls a little bit. Then I went over to my brush pile, tried picking up some brush, moving it around a little bit, and really just trying to get familiar with the controls. Right now we're entering the woods on our property here. We're going to test out the hydraulic thumb that I installed yesterday, and we're going to pick up some brush piles, pick up some logs, and just kind of overall test out, see how this hydraulic thumb is going to perform. You know, I ran it for about an hour the first night we brought it home, and the first thing I did the next day was change the oil, added some fresh stuff, and the oil that was in it was, it didn't look that great. It looked extremely silty. I'm not sure if that's like metal shards from the engine or what, but it did not look good. I actually just watched a video from a guy. He's got a bunch of cool videos kind of going over his machine. He's got the same machine that I have. He ran a magnet through the hydraulic tank and he picked up a bunch of metal shards. After seeing that, I really got to change this hydraulic fluid. The first thing we're going to be testing out here is the hydraulic thumb that I installed yesterday. I purchased the thumb on Amazon last fall and I installed it yesterday. It's the Typhon brand. Install process was incredibly straightforward. I just got to hook up the hydraulic lines and install the thumb. It was really easy. Now we're going to just kind of test it out, picking up some brush, seeing how it performs. This is the first time I've ever used a hydraulic thumb, so you're probably going to have to give me a little bit of grace as I kind of learn the controls a little bit. One of the first big projects that I used this machine for was for a cement slab project. We do a little video work for this company called Mud Mixer. It's essentially, it's like a DIY little miniature cement truck, bagged concrete, and I've actually got two of them, and they're really awesome machines. But you know, because I've got that machine, we've got quite a few cement projects that we've got going on back here, so I usually have to dig out the forms by hand. And now I'm able to save a ton of time and use this machine. And I'm really struggling picking this up. I can save a ton of time having to hand shovel. Now I can use this machine. I can dig out those forms really easily, and it saves me a ton of time. You know, keep in mind, guys, I'm just practicing right now. I'm not actually trying to get work done. I'm just moving this brush pile from one area to another and getting familiar with the controls. And I've got kind of a big cement project where I'm pouring a few different slabs around my shed. That way I can build a lean-to off of my shed to park my gator under, because when I bought this machine, I now park this in the bay where the gator used to be at. So now my gator's actually getting left out at night. But we're able to use that mud mixer to do a lot of concrete projects here on the property. And digging out the forms with this machine saves me a ton of time compared to using a shovel. Real quick guys, we're going to do a test here with the hydraulic thumb again. I think first I'm going to try and pick up this stump here, which I don't think I'll have any problems getting, but then I think I'm also going to try picking up some of these large ash logs. I am unsure if the machine is going to be able to pick these ones up. These are incredibly large. There's my hand for scale. I'm not sure if the grapple is going to be able to clamp onto it or not. I don't think weight-wise is an issue. I just think it's going to be kind of a, can I get the appropriate angle to actually get the thumb to latch onto this properly. So yeah, let's hop on the machine and see if the machine can lift this stuff up. Yeah, so next I'm going to come out to this field. Last summer when I bought my brush hog, I came out here and mulched up two of these really large autumn olive bushes. It was one of the first things I did with the brush hog when I got it. I haven't yet dealt with the stumps, so I think I'm going to come out and dig them out now and see how the machine does digging the stumps out. This is the first time I've ever dug a stump out with the excavator, so I'm sure I'll get better with time, but I'm going to try and dig out the perimeter of it a little bit, try and break the roots up. I'm pleasantly surprised with how well this thumb works. One of my bigger concerns was it going to be able to get out of the way enough to be able to dig? And the answer is absolutely, it does. Just going to put this dirt kind of off to the side here so I don't gotta. Yeah, so far I'm happy with the purchase. You know, I've only got a few hours on the machine, but I think I'm going to get a lot of use out of it this summer. Got a decent chunk of it there. Try and break the roots on this side. You know, if I came around at a different angle, that would probably help. I'm just kind of being lazy because then I have to move all the cameras around. So I'm trying to just get it at this angle. There's still one really pesky part of this root system. I think I got it. Yeah, extremely thrilled with this machine, guys. I've owned the machine for about 9 months. I've used it a handful of times. Maybe got 4 or 5 hours on it total. But every time I get it out, I'm extremely happy, and it saves me a ton of time. Saves my back quite a bit for digging out those cement forms. Turns like a several-hour shovel job into a 20-30 minute mini excavator job. So I'm grateful for that, and I think it did pretty well with digging out this root system. These autumn olive root systems are nasty. There's still kind of some root stuff left, but I think we got the main piece of it out. So I think we did pretty good considering. I'll come back later and kind of clean this up. I'll bring some fill dirt and dress it up, but I'll probably do that off camera. But all in all, guys, I'm extremely thrilled with this AGT H12 1-ton mini excavator. But I think that's going to do it for this video, guys. We'll catch you in the next one. Thanks.